Episode 4 of Silverfang Hunters. So, a quick recap of the rules here. Wow, I can barely read that. The sort of too long didn't read is my primary economy has to be slaves. We can only recruit family members or people that have relationships with people. So if like a fiance needs a rescue, that's a family member as far as I'm concerned. And then, of course, the goal is to kill off all the pirates and amass a whole lot of silver in a big, big vault. All right, so I did, since last episode, install a mod to prevent the mood debuff of selling slaves. So those are all squared away and saved. If we left off, Leth was trying to mine out enough uranium for a mace, which should be a very nice weapon to use. And then we are researching, or I guess we have plate armor. We're researching complex clothing. One thing I wanted to do is make sure that Chief is the one doing all of the travelware crafting and stuff like that. If you think that this should get a small buff as it's part of the story, I can add that in. I just didn't have time to make a mod for that. But that's something that's pretty reasonable to do. All of my wood deteriorating. Now, I did have some tips, so let me go over them. One of them is that the items that we want to get rid of, these like little steel knives and other junk that the raiders drop, what I can do is I can caravan it to the edge of the map and just dump it, right? And then corpses, I was planning on doing something with corpses. What I was planning on doing is once the dogs can haul the corpses, I can try to dig into a overhead mountain and keep them cool that way, and that will be a little bit cooler in the summer months. And then in the winter months, we of course can just vent and they'll be frozen that way. So yeah, a dog feeding zone is something to set up eventually. Given the temperature that it's outside, oh my god, it is so stormy. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this rice ahead of time. Oh, and perfect. Like I had predicted the future, we have a cold snap here. So let's put kibble on these limestone shelves. Chief is finishing up the other shelf. This one is going to be kibble as well, so I'm just gonna copy and paste the settings. Zero's harvesting the rice. Can the vents be open and closed? Yes, they can. And while closed, they have the efficiency of a door, I believe. And not a wall, but I have to double check on that one. Leth, you were mining, but there's nowhere to store this uranium. That's hogwash. Allow all at low. That's sort of a catch-all. It's going to include corpses, so I should probably disallow corpses. And then, let's see. Rotten. Actually, just chunks and corpses. No, none of that. Alright, I need to keep up with the chat here. It is... It is really small. How to expand my chat room? I don't really care to see everything else. There we go. Perfect. So Chief is making, what, tribal headdress? That's probably for trade, I think I originally did it. Oh, good. It's no longer raining cats and dogs. Alright, these dogs need training. They're all almost done with rescue. One is done. And then it's all... Let's see. Animal handling. Leth. Yep. Okay, here is 68 uranium, and we know that what that means. I don't know if Leth is actually around to watch this, but the plate armor is going to take 170 steel. We don't have that yet, but we do have enough for the mace. It's going to be really fun to be able to have like a big brawler smashing people. So I should go over tips. I fixed the slave debuff. Blazing Ion mentioned that all of the slag on the map, what I should do is line my walls with slag, so I'm sort of a junkyard community, and I kind of like that idea. So if you think that's a fun idea, I am absolutely happy to oblige that one. So I'm going to start it here. I'm going to call it slag wall. Critically important that chunks of steel slag go there. Because the reason I sort of mention that is due to the fact that we're tribals, there is the problem of the fact that we have no way to process slag. So eventually it adds up. And with a beautiful slag wall, we'll be able to fix that. I should probably set up the kitchen a little bit better than this. Or whatever. Tribal headdress, nice. Social impact increased. Now, I think Leth is also our warden, which is kind of a problem because I want him to have the toughest helmet. But we're going to give him the tribal headdress. Alright, it's 22 degrees out, so I don't think there's any point in sewing anything into the ground. Alright, so the uranium mace is rolling out. Leth is wearing a wolf headdress trying to tame huskies. There's something funny about that to me. Alright, and then additionally, I need to put the pemmican somewhere. I'm gonna, for now, put it here. Because it's taking up too much room inside of the kitchen. Preventing, or making it more difficult to cook. So the rest of these rooms are pretty cold, but the kitchen is even colder because they have a vent. I should also go over some additional tips. Yeah, you gotta be the alpha to train them. I guess wearing the headdress works. Could I go through the differences of the armor? Sure. So the wooden war mask here reduces pain shock threshold, kind of like the psychoid tees. The headdress is for social impact, and then the other one, the like beard looking thing, what is it called? The war veil. The war veil, I believe, is social impact. No, it's pain shock threshold, but lower, I think. I'll make one. I forget. There's a reason why I'm not using it, because it's not as useful. But I might as well know why I'm not using it, right? All right, let's get a little campfire up in here. Our mace is done. It's just a normal mace, but that's not on 0. That's going to be infinitely better than this spike club thing. And now Chief soon will be working towards the steel plate armor. Oh, we got some food poisoning. Recovering. Oh, been food poisoned for a long time. I just hadn't even noticed. So the reason why I'm oh man, Yan Shui, you are vomiting everywhere. The reason that I'm putting pemmican over here is if I put it inside the kitchen becomes less nice, or the rec room, sorry, rec room, dining room becomes less nice. Alright, stuff is dying because of cold. Let's do a mass harvest. We don't need to harvest the heal root. They're immune to cold. But everything else we should pull out of the ground. So I am grabbing it as fast as I can. Alright, Chief is working towards the plate armor. He's burning the midnight oil to do it. Yeah, my corn never even got to grow all the way. If there is a toxic fallout, I would probably hunt everything on the map that I could, all of the wildlife, before it died, and stockpile a whole lot of meat. It would be tricky to do, certainly, but it shouldn't be that long. I don't think I have the one colony only restriction, however, so I might be able to leave this map tile. Plus, there's trade, right? We could go to the Inyo Tranigno. Wow, that is not an easy place to name. Thank you for the sub, by the way. Inyo Tranigno. Alright, well, whatever. Trek, I'm not sure why you've... I guess you're the gourmand, right? So you've been stuck as the pemmican producer. It's kind of funny. And then we've had somewhat of an ugly rec room because this kibble here is on the floor as well. So I could fix that. One thing that we wanted was bedrooms, right? I'm fairly certain that was the case. So let's go ahead and... What do you think? 5x5s? 5x5s are nice and spacious. That's my vote, but I'll put it to a vote for all the people that are currently watching. If you have a desire for a specific sized bedroom, let me know. Differently sized. Huh. I'm not sure what that means. One thing I was planning on doing is to floor around the base. What? Oh. Thanks, Boomrat. They probably were trying to get to my rice, and they blew themselves up. One thing I ought to do is to replace these steel traps with wooden ones, because wooden ones... Oh god, they're flooding in. Yeah, let's get these, let's get the rice put away, like, as fast as we can. We're having mass animal desire to eat my crop. And they're setting a lot of fires and blowing themselves up hilariously. Alright, I believe that, let's see. Zone, farm. The farm zone, we're not going to allow them into the kitchen, but they're allowed to come in to eat the kibble. So, that will work. Wow, they burned the door off. Fortunately, they also burned the bolt action that I didn't want. So, I guess that's good. So I'm going to replace these with wooden spike traps. Wooden spike traps are far less likely to be fatal. And Leth here is hypothermic. Oh, I've probably near ruined my beer. Let's add another fireplace in. I kind of forgot that I was currently fermenting. Unlike a lot of my other series, there is really not a limitation of, there is really no limitation of wood. There's plenty of wood on this map, so... Alright. Limestone. We will go... start bedrooming. I'll just do 5x5s. Nice and spacious with little wooden doors. And limestone tiles inside. And what this is granite flagstone? So I guess my walkways can be granite. Oh, forming a bond. Working on that haul. I'm excited when these animals will be able to start hauling. So the plan is, once I can haul, is to have the dogs haul corpses to a cold spot that none of my regular people have access to, so that they can't interfere. Alright, here we go. Getting the traps back up. Come on, bedrooms. Let's move. Okay, why are these still coming in? I guess there's oh no, they're trying to eat my hops. That's what's going on. Damn animals. It's funny this little prison is nicer than everywhere else. Okay, so the beer is fermenting now. This room is nice and warm. The other room's not as much. I'm going to have to be really cautious about keeping crops out in the open. We have attracted a great bit. You know what I'm going to do? Let's get some shooting practice. This is not a lot of meat. Oh, thank you. What was that? Followed. Cool. Not a lot of meat there, but enough shooting practice to warrant wholesale slaughter of squirrels and bunnies and whatever else comes. It's like it's like a decoy farm, exactly. Alright, I'm trying to haul the hops away. And then also the room I've got here is really cold, and as a result is going to slow down Yan Shui's precious research attempts. Oh god, we even have full-blown boomalopes coming now. I'm doing a really bad job of supplying my guys with comfort and... Okay, there's nothing left to eat. Go away now. Be gone, thoughts. Go forage somewhere else. Okay, now the bedrooms are nice and toasty. I really ought to move one of these campfires over. Could I put a door? Yes, I absolutely could. A door here would stop them. I think just managing my stockpile of stuff is probably, honestly, a better idea. But they're all leaving now. They're all seeking berry bushes and things like that that are not going to cause me annoyance. Alright, Mr. Trek. Have you make... Oh, cougar hunting chief. How? Where is chief? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That's a lot more serious than I thought. Yeah, this thing's gonna catch me. And it's gonna hurt. We need backup. Run, chief. Keep all of your... Oh, there goes a leg. I should be more careful of the big predators. Oh no. I'm feeling bad for Chief here. I knew everyone was hungry. I really hope that they friendly fire. There we go. Rescue on Chief. We're coming, buddy. Okay. Now, Zero, you are the herbalist. Trek, you can go back to what you're doing. Oh. I guess Chief didn't have a lot of running left in him. Where are we taking him here? Wait, what are you doing? Alright, Chief. We are not going to give you real meds, because there's not time for it. Peg leg my way to safety. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, he's not bleeding to death. So that bit's good. We're gonna have to... You know, I really don't... Unless... Well, it's possible that we'll find... a raider with bionics, and we can like take a bionic leg, but or prosthetic leg for that matter. But yeah, it's not ideal. It's definitely not an ideal scenario here. What, Chief? You were... Oh, hypothermia. Okay. Let's get him in bed. Leth, you haul the bow back. Oh, there's still some big angry animals that are gonna have to be kept an eye on. Alright. Let's get that campfire going. Yeah, he is having a rough day. He's alive, though. I really didn't... I thought it was entirely possible he wasn't even going to survive that, so... Okay, these are all normal beds. So let's try to get better beds. I didn't realize we all had sort of crap beds. Except for Chief, of course, is our best constructor, so that's a bit of a problem, too. So I'm hoping for improved beds. Nope, normal again. Alright, this is going to be our theater of surgery. Let's go to assign. And we are going to operate a peg leg. What is it? Right? At least it wasn't his arm. Could have been worse. Complex clothing is researched. Let's go with drug production. That sounds healthy, right? Alright, cleaning up. Nope, Chief, get back in there. He was going for a beer. I can appreciate that. He's like, hey, if you're going to be cutting into me and installing a leg, I'm going to want to get a little drunk first. Alright, so he is now Chief the Pirate. Alright, Mr. Trek. We are going to do until, let's see, until I have... We'll set it to 500. Just so that I'm not making it forever and ever and ever. 500 pemmican is a pretty healthy surplus, I would say. We're also going to want more kibble. We do have complex clothing, which means that that unlocks the hand tailor. And if we're going to be hand tailoring a while, let's get a... I'm going to put a stool. Oops, let's put it like this. Alright, I did have some other feedback, so let's see. Iron Trunk was the one that mentioned do wooden traps, not metal ones because wooden ones is more likely going to knock people out, and it saves me the steel. Do you use pemmican for the animals? Kibble is more efficient than pemmican for animals, hence the making the kibble. Plus, animals don't really don't care what goes into the kibble, so if I end up killing insects or something, I can make them into kibble and there's no mood debuff. Whereas, of course, if you make insect meat into regular food, everyone gets a little mad. Back to tips. Ash was the one that mentioned add a vent for the summer. Or for the winter. Cold snap's over, so the unbelievable hypothermia I've been getting is going to be done. Yeah, eating insect meat comes with, I think, a -4 mood, even when it's cooked. Raw insect meat's probably even worse. Alright, the home zones that we've got going on here are insane. They are including things that don't make sense at all. So I'm going to remove the whole farm from home zone for now, because I don't need to be sweeping my farm fields. It just doesn't really make sense. Eating human does give a debuff unless you're a psychopath or a cannibal. Actually, I'm not even sure about psychopath. I don't do a lot of human butchery. So here is a request. Austin, he's a Glitter World empath. One enemy defends the site. Jump to the location. Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the mountain range, so I can cut through the mountain range here. I'd only really rescue him to turn him into a slave, so I'm probably not going to go for that one, just because it's a little bit out of my way. Yes. As for, yeah, if you're a cannibal, you also get buffs for wearing human leather. That's also true for bloodlust. Like evidence that you have butchered humans or something, I don't know. It's a nice little detail, but anyone that knows me knows that I don't really cannibalize all that often. Our campfires are burning out. And there they go. Why has it... I think just Chief healing and Trek being our cook, we just have not made any progress on the homes. Alright, Zero, do you think you could manage a little bit of construction? It's going to be funny to have, like a marble house with a... Maybe I should make a limestone house with a wooden door. That's probably not the best combination. A full-on... The reason why I've been resistant to doing a full-on, like, cannibalistic psychopath playthrough is it's sort of a trope, and it's sort of overdone, if you ask me. There's so many playthroughs that are just like that, which are sort of an issue, because they all end up looking the same. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it, I'm just saying it's overdone, in my opinion. Alright, let's fill. And suspend, because Zero is a really, really, really bad constructor, and he's botched this bedroom like at every turn. So soon Yanshui is not going to have anything left to research. Oh, and all of the campfires are going out. Going to refuel them before heading in. Incompetent cook. He food poisoned himself. I think the best wooden stool in the entire community is installed in our prison. Alright, Chief's back up, and oh god, don't do that, Chief. Alright, looks like when we don't have meals, they eat kibble, and that's disgusting. So, we need to make simple meals. Let's unsuspend that. Simple meals out of meat now, which is the issue. Alright, Chief is back to help construct the bedrooms. That means 0 day, you're off the hook. You're back to... What does 0 day do when he's not... or she, actually. Plant, cut, grow, hunt. Hunt. Yeah, we can hunt. Let's see. Alpacas. They're pretty safe to hunt. What I might do... What I should do is form a hunting party and actually clear out all of the dangerous megafauna. Because it would absolutely suck to have someone else get eaten the way Chief got eaten. Chief, of course, lost a leg. Oh, great. Lots of food poisoning. We used the last of our rice to make this kibble, so... Not bringing it to the closest stockpile has caused us to have a whole lot of unnecessary kibble. That's okay. We'll only crank it out until 2. Trek. Let's go cook. Oh, he is food poisoning. That is why this is going so slow. Any of these dogs getting close to being able to haul? Not so much. Yeah, thank you, Wolf Bear, for the sub. I've been considering, like, I've made it my only goal to try to get a bedroom constructed. It has been dismally slow. One thing I think I should do is connect the bedrooms here with a vent so I can heat and cool them together. And that should make it a little bit easier to temperature control them. Maybe clean up your vomit before you continue cooking. Alright, so we are September. Are we north of the equator? Like, what season is this? I thought we were just in winter. Okay. Penny. Chief. Trek. Oh, thank you, Vanderslicer. Alright, all hands on deck. No one messes with my huskies without messing with me. Let's see. Animals. Oh, wow. Wasn't even bonded with his own animal? That is a huge mistake. Release! Swarm! Ha ha ha! Oh, that was great. Good save, guys. Alright, so a rear paw was bitten off of Brunhilde, but everyone else survives. 0, you're going to have to come down here. Let's see. Can you guys get either hop in a bed or get knocked unconscious? Hold on. Yeah, they were following Leth. Animals, stop following Leth. Go rest because you're going to bleed out. 3 hours? Alright, Penny is the one in really bad shape. Thank you, Jimmy. Let's try to heal them before they die. I've left Yan Shui just standing around with a bow. That's on me. I'm going to finish the left bedroom first, so I'm going to forbid the right bedroom's stuff. Penny, how are you doing? You are healed. Brunhilde. Let's do some assignments here. No travel foods are also not going to include kibble. A pegpa? If only one existed. Alright, come on, constructors. Get this poor little bedroom built. I don't have automatic home zoning, so we're going to have to add that in manually. Yan Shui is starving. Why? There's literally food right here. That's actually... Oh, I'm running away. Thank you, AG. How much of a performance debuff does that dog have? I'm not entirely sure because there's still other wounds and there's blood loss. But something like 2/3 moving at the moment. Food poisoning and missing limbs seem to be the theme of this episode. And not, you know, the... Oh, even haygrass. I forgot the haygrass was even down there. Alright, one bedroom is all set. That's at least some positive news, right? I think. Let's put the campfire in this way. I was really hoping... Oh, some thrumbo. Hello. I don't think I have the capacity to take down a thrumbo, truth be told. I think it's more likely to just rampage me pretty badly. Alright, Trek is back and healed, which means we're back to actually having meals, which is pretty nice. Brunhilde is fully healed. Okay, so there's still a little blood loss, but moving at 75%. So 3/4 the legs, 3/4 of the movement speed. I hope that Leth does not form a bond with Jubilee. I'd prefer not to have a boom rat that I can't release on my foes, you know? Alright, so another thing I was hoping for was to get some nicer beds, so I spend less time sleeping. So, Chief, let's have you do that. It says we're running low on wood, but I don't think that's true. Alright, here's a good bed. I'm always asked why I put beds right next to the doors like this. It's so that you can take cover behind them if you need to take cover. And that you don't have to move so far when trying to sleep. So this vent should be off until the other bedroom's built. And then... let's get that built. And maybe remove this from the farm. I don't need the dogs going in and out of it, cooling it off. We could stay nice and warm, thank you. Poor and normal. Man, we are really slow at research. I always forget how slow tribals are. They are miserably slow. This is going to get temperature ruined unless we refuel it soon. And then, Chief, because you lost a leg, I'm going to give you the nice bed. That seems only right. Yeah, we even have some meat rotting away. It's funny that it's like just hovering around freezing. Thank you for Basario for the sub. Wood smoke cleansed mine, yeah. It's not a lousy bedroom. It's decent. In fact, I can make it even nicer. Let's put a dresser and a end table. Of course, he has to build it himself, so it's not like he's being gifted a bedroom. It's like, you want a nice bedroom? Build it, buddy. And this makes the bed a little bit more comfortable and the room a little bit nicer. It's decent 43. Yeah, it didn't really do much. Can I see all the messages? I can. If I had a picture of my current setup, you'd understand why it's a little hard for me to see the messages, because it's sort of on a TV screen. I don't actually have two monitors. Something to be fixed in the future, perhaps. So its setup is kind of silly. All right, so we do have the hand tailor bench here. Let's get some dusters. We've been cold and somewhat... No, that's not a duster. Somewhat hypothermic. Let's do this until I have 100. Yes, that is ambitious. Do until I have 5. Drop on the floor. Make with Chief. Don't count tainted. Don't count... Yeah, okay. All set. What about the materials? No cloth. Am I really a gamer that doesn't have two monitors? Yes. Well, I have one monitor, and then I have like a TV screen monitor, like it's a 32-inch Vizio hooked up to the right of my computer screen. So it's harder to see because it's much larger. But yeah, it's a bit of an economy setup. I gotta make do. You know how it is. So it's funny that Penny was the one that was cougar hunted, and... Oh, here we go. Raid. Pirates, they're attacking immediately. They've got guns and stuff. Alright, so there's one dude with a artery blockage and a bad arm. Another bad arm. Wow, so there's a lot of old people coming that, like, want me dead or whatever. They got guns, though. Alright, so let's get set up. We're not going to have a lot of time. What I will do... I almost don't even want to release the animals, because they're already so wounded. So I'm just going to take cover behind the trees in the area. And then when they come through... The last one through, which is probably Bagel, is going to get bashed to hell by Leth. Donk. Alright, well, I have 2 hours to try to patch him up. That's probably not going to happen. And they're fleeing. Maybe it will happen. 0 day. Go capture. Sorry, Leth, no action for you. Who got the killing blow here? I'm not sure. But what I can do is, let's see, stockpile. I will put... What resources do I have a lot of? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm going to do this really evil style. So, I'm going to keep my... No, that doesn't make any sense. Right, let's see if we can save rivers here. Health, 2 hours. Yeah, we should be able to. He's not going to fetch a high price at market because, you know, one-armed and all, but that's not my fault. Oh, I didn't cut off his arm. The trap did. He walked into it. It's funny, the rules about, like, traps and stuff in real world are pretty strict. You can't booby trap anything and expect not to be slaughtered for it. Alright, rivers. I guess I should close this door. One thing I was trying to think of is where to put corpses, to have a little corpsesarium. I could put it in here. That wouldn't be a terrible place. What I want to do is, once these huskies can haul on their own, to have them haul corpses there so I don't have to look at the corpses, because animals don't get debuffs. And these guys are almost fully trained, so that won't be that hard to do. Has Penny been treated? Yes. Penny just has a lot of wounds and is... My guess is, due to the lack of an animal bed, it takes a little bit longer. So, in fact... why don't we add some animal beds in? Just to be nice. Wow, that was fast. And then if they want to move to this animal bed, we'll have to allow it. I don't know if animals are the same as regular humans' pawns, but do I want steel holding the door open? Probably not. It's not a great spot for it. Given that this room's already pretty cold. Cargo pods. More wool. I can get behind that. And then slag, of course, going to our walls. My colonists have nice wooden beds. I mean, they're not the greatest, but they're not terrible. Let's get our defenses back up. I'm going to zoom out and order up some tree chopping. That's what I could do with all of these rich zones, is sow some trees. Let's do oak trees. Zero will want to do that. River's got an infection. Fine. Give you meds. Yeah, it takes electricity to process slag. So instead, who had the idea? It was Blazing Iron had the idea of just putting slag around the perimeter walls for like design reasons. And I kind of like that. So that's what we're going with. Unless you all know of a better thing to do. I could use it for cover, but given that I can afford... What I really need to do is sandbag up this area. Maybe I'll do that right now. So... So some cover for us. Okay, the dogs are really close to being able to haul. So I'm going to start setting it up. I'm just not sure where to put the corpses. I'll put them down there. So the idea is that you get the dogs to haul the bodies in there, and as long as it's cold enough, the bodies won't decay and they can just feed themselves off of dead bodies. That is the hope. Alright, so Brunhilde can now haul. That's good. So what I'm going to do is paint. Let's create a new area. Manage area, new. We'll call it no pets. We'll paint the no pets. I want to keep them away from the beer too. I think a lot of people forget that animals can animals can drink beer and get super, super drunk. So let's invert no pets. And then pets. No pets. All right, now they're going to be able to haul. Call this fresh corpses, which will not allow rotten and include corpses of human likes. I guess human likes that aren't colonists, to be more specific. And then new area, call this corpse room. And for right now, no one's going to be assigned to corpse room because it needs to get built. But eventually, only the pets will be able to go in there. How am I doing on time? I don't even know how to use this new... Okay, 51 minutes. I cannot wait until I'm done moving in real life, and then I'll be able to have a much more reliable schedule. AKA, probably more streaming if you all want it. And more European-friendly timing for it, too. Realizing that a lot of my audience is in Europe, and I am streaming at an ungodly hour for them. How's Rivers doing? Do we need to amputate your torso? Actually, you're not doing that hot. The immunity is ahead at the moment. Alright. You are being chased by pirates. You'll have to fight off the pirates. They're a bunch of gunners. I'm going to take a pass on this one. It's not a family member. And I don't really have the defenses to defend that kind of pirate. You know what I should have done? I should have pulled you all. Let's see what you thought. I feel like it's been September forever. What is the deal here? Stonecutter. Is there... No, there's an infinite radius. Good. I haven't really seen the dogs. Okay. Are they hauling, though? Sort of. So I was going to say I haven't really seen them haul. Looking at my food. Oh, thanks, Jimmy, again. Wake me up when September ends. I can't wait until, I would say, about June 15th in real life. Which is when my life should get a lot less crazy. So Leth's armor is rolling off the line here. Soon-ish. Item stash. I have no idea how the chief... What? There's 3 manhunting ibex, and there is a crazy amount of tech prof stuff. But how did the chief... I don't know. I don't get that. I might want to go for that, though. Given that it's, like, a pretty large bounty of stuff that they're offering. Just for some ibex murder. I can kill ibex, no problem. No, finish the armor. Oh, speaking of which, if we're doing armor, we only need 4 dusters, not 5. Alright, food is dwindling. Sorry, alpaca. But you're next. How's Rivers doing? 60, 63. Rivers might not survive. Assignments. Let's see. Leth here is going... Oh, I gave 0 it. Leth is going to be... tribe member. And this will not include tainted apparel ever, and not include plate armor. New outfit, tribe knight, tribe brawler, and this will have what we want the headdress on, something like that. Yeah. God, there's so much slag everywhere already. Rat self-tame? Sorry, you're just gonna get slaughtered. Alright, yeah, these dogs are definitely hauling. We'll expand the zone so they can keep doing it. And then Leth here, you have to get assigned to Tribe Brawler. It's going to take a while to put that armor on. Alright. Leth looks like a knight now. You know what? Sorry, Rat. The Rat Smasher lives. That's a throwback to the first episode where Leth was our Rat Smasher. Drug production's done. Chocolate. Double strand. Double strand makes most sense. Chief, your bedroom looks like it sucks again. Let's see. Furniture. Torch. It'd be a lot faster to mine if I could see what I'm doing. Oh, Jesus. 0. Have you been neglecting your duties here? It's tied right now, the immunity and the infection. I think the immunity averages up, or rounds up, and the infection rounds down. So if you're tied, you usually still survive, because there's a little bit of wiggle room there, which is something most people don't know about. Thanks, Aggro, for that. But let's hope that... yeah, let's hope that I don't get him murdered. What I think I need to do is start to store my metals outside, because I don't really have space for it. I get it. Hay grass dying. Yes, I understand. I'm constantly told that this hay grass is dying. I don't even know why I allow sowing there. I'll take a Psychic Soothe. What, for males? Cool. That's a very weird way to relax socially. Alright. Immune? Yes. Way too slow to actually go to market? Also, yes. Solar Flare? Cool. Where's my Aurora? I want my Aurora. Not all solar flares cause them, but still. So Leth, you started off as like mining 0. You're now mining 4. That's pretty good. I guess I'll put steel here. Metals. Preferred 4. Raw. Steel, uranium. Plasteel. Maybe not plasteel. Maybe not even uranium. I'll put uranium out there. It's a little bit more valuable. Well, guys, I do realize I am fast running out of time, and I really only managed, like, a bare minimum of stuff here, which is sad. I thought I was going to get more done. But limbs were removed and people were killed. I did get a second bedroom. So that is, I don't know, an accomplishment. I'm right to say that Trek... Where's Construct? Yeah, Chief is higher. 2 bedrooms. Both decent. Alright. Trek, you get the other one. Well, guys, as always, you know how this ends. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, you got to drop me a line so that I can, you know, write it down and call it out for next episode. For all the people that subbed, all the people that tipped, I greatly appreciate it. Of course, Twitch is a new endeavor for me, and I'm not a partner yet, so I'm working towards that. With that said, I will absolutely be streaming next Tuesday, and then I'm not sure I can stream next Thursday. I think I can, but I have a flight, I think Friday in the AM. I'll have to double check. But I'll put that up on the Twitch events for scheduling and make announcements on my website and really everywhere for it. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for all your support, and I'll catch you all later. I'm going to hang around and chat, so if you have any questions, drop me a line. Adios all.